Hi, this is JP Morgan. Today on the Slanted Lens, we're going to show you how to light glass and then capture the moment that the ice splashes into a cup of water. Let's hope nothing gets broken. So let's get started and see what we can do. We're giving away $1,000 worth of spider holster equipment over at theslanteddlens.com. Everything from single camera systems to digital card holders to lens holders to straps. So get over to theslanteddlens.com and sign up today. So let's take a look at how you light glass. Lighting glass is not so much about the light you put on the glass as it is the light you see through the glass. So the easiest way to light glass is to simply put a light on the background behind the glass, and that gives you a beautiful glow through the glass and really lights it nicely. The principle is very simple. When you're shooting a glass, it's a curved object. So this curved object is going to see a lot of the background. When you only light a small area in the background, it's going to just light up a small area in the back of the glass. The bigger you get that area on the background, the more it's going to wrap around the glass and the more it's going to open up and make it brighter. You get these dark lines right and left as you just light a small area of the background, but as you increase that area of the background, make it wider and wider, then those dark lines start to become smaller and smaller because it's lighting a larger area in the background. So you have to decide, how wide do I want it? How bright do I want it? I like the black lines. I think it's nice to let them kind of come in a little bit from the side, but here's the first light on the background. You can see how the 10-degree spot is just lighting a small area on the background. It gives us a nice glow in the middle of the glass, but we get nice dark lines on the sides. As you go to 20 and 40 and 60, that just gets a little larger each time, and you start to light more and more of the glass and less of the black lines. And last of all, you light the whole background and it just becomes pure white. But for me, that's not enough. That's just the background light. I'm not going to see anything in my ice. Ice, again, is a glass type subject, so it doesn't matter what light I put on it from the front. It's a matter of what light can I shine through it. I put these translucent panels behind because I can get that line way to the back of the glass. The line up here is too obvious and looks too obnoxious to me. When you get it back here, it's a nice line on the back of the glass and just kind of frames our glass very nicely. I use these panels because it's hard to get softboxes back here. We don't have a lot of room. We're working in a tight space here. So these panels allow me to get a light behind it, give me the nice highlight, and I can work in a really kind of confined space. So I turn that on and there's my nice light on the side of the glass. Interestingly enough, the light on the camera right side is going to give us a nice line on the camera right side of the glass, but it's going to light the camera left side of the ice cubes. That light on the camera left side is going to give us a nice line on the left side of the glass, but it's going to light the ice cubes on the right side of the glass. They cross. One thing I'll mention about this, I love this surface. This is a piece of glass, and you can get this from any cheap furniture store. This is from IKEA. It's just a piece of glass that goes on top of a piece of furniture. And what's nice about this is this has a bit of blue cast to it, which is beautiful. You can get some that are just black. They give you a beautiful reflection. So there's a 3-light setup for lighting glass. You can get away with 1, but when you add those ice cubes, I think you need 2 and 3. That gives you a nice kind of glow in the ice cubes. But of course, that's not enough for us here at the Slanted Lens. We're going to drop ice cubes into the glass and watch the water explode out of it and capture that with our laser trigger, our MIOPS laser trigger. So let's see how we set that up. We've got our laser going across the top of the glass. Now we got to try to get as many things under control as possible. We want our water to be the same height each time. We want our glass to be in the same place each time. So we'll pull our focus, make sure it's focused each time. We've got our ice scoop up here and our cube's going to fall off. And then as we drop this off, it triggers our strobes. And now we have a delay on the laser trigger. At the beginning we started with 10. It's like the ice cube barely gets into the frame. Then we went to 15. A little bit more of the ice cube got into the frame, but not very much. Then we went to 50, and the whole ice cube was almost in the frame. There's a point at about 150 where it was hitting the water and the water was just starting to come out, but wasn't very large, hadn't bloomed inside the glass. We had to drop it down to 175, the water exploding out of the glass. At 200, the water is now starting to fall, and it's starting to drop down, and you don't get that big nice explosion inside the glass. So what's nice about using the MIOPS trigger is that you are able to control and get a repeated look. You can get that over and over again. Say, well, I'm going to bring it back a little bit. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Obviously, there's things we can't control. The way the ice cube hits the water makes a difference. If it's hitting it flat, it's going to make a bigger splash. If it hits it on the edge, it's going to make a much smaller splash. We've controlled everything that we can control. And in doing that, we are able to repeat it over and over again. And that made it very good. One of the things I struggled with, and you want to be very careful with, is that I've got a glass subject here. And I was focusing, I thought, on the front edge of this glass, but it was focusing on the back edge of the glass. And I took it in and pulled it up on the computer, and I'm going, whoa, my focus is off. So I just started to put in a little piece of stick here, about a third back, because our focus is going to pull in about a third, and I was focusing on that. So focusing is a little tricky on this because you've got a depth there. All these different depths, it's hard to tell which one is at what place. So doing that up front gave me kind of a nice line that focused me to the front of the glass, and most of my splashes coming forward in focus looked very good. So at that point, it's just a matter of drop and shoot, drop and shoot, drop and shoot. We're working in the dark again, which is just the way it is when you're doing this type of thing. So the strobes are being fired by the MIOPS trigger. I'm back at the camera, have my camera on bulb. I hit bulb, we drop the ice cube, get our shot, reset for the next one. So let's take a look at some of the images we shot. Now let's look at the final image. Jalene's going to take our best shot, and then she's going to strip in an extra ice cube that's kind of falling behind. So we have one that hit and made the splash, and then an ice cube that's trailing behind. It just looks kind of interesting. So there's our final shot. So there's a quick look at how to light glass. Remember, it's more what you see through the glass that lights it than the light you put on the glass. It really is the principle of lighting glass. So get out there and light some glass, and keep those cameras rolling, keep on clicking. If you're going to grow in your business, you've got to get some help. You've got to get help from mentors and people who can help you grow. I can do that for you. Go to theslantlens.com, sign up for our business material. It'll help change your life. You can sit and think about business, or you can do something about it, and it's time to do it. Join us on the Slanted Lens. There's lots of things going on here. We're under control, always under control. So subscribe so you don't miss out any of the controlled stuff that's going on.